Good morning, radio fans. This is Big Al. It's Wednesday, November 25th, 2020. It is Thanksgiving Eve. And we are back with another edition of AM and FM radio stations from across the country. And today we are headed to the Midwest, to the city I affectionately call the barbecue pit because they have some of the best barbecue on the planet, and that's Kansas City, Missouri. Now, I thought about including the entire St. Joseph's radio market, but I did not. I ended up getting one FM station from St. Joseph, but not the entire market. So this is pretty much all Kansas City on this video. And I only have 4 pages of info, so this should be knocked out rather quickly. So enough of me talking about that. Let's jump right into the Kansas City radio market. Starting on the AM side of the dial, 610 is KCSP, Kansas City, Missouri. They're known as 610 Sports. Our teams, our town. This is a sports talk station and the Kansas City affiliate of Fox Sports Radio, mainly on nights and weekends. KCSP is the flagship station of the Kansas City Royals, and they're also the home of Kansas State Wildcats football and men's basketball. KCSP is owned by Intercom Communications, and their programming repeats on sister station WDAF FM 106.5 HD2 Liberty, Missouri. 710 is KCMO AM, Kansas City, Missouri. KCMO Talk Radio, 710 AM and 103.7 FM. Kansas City's most stimulating talk. They broadcast a talk radio format, and Wikipedia has them listed as Westwood One News as their source for hourly news reports, but I'm pretty sure that changed since Westwood One did close down their news department at the end of August. But they do have programming from the Westwood One network. However, as I said before, their news department has been shut down. KCMO AM is owned by Cumulus Media. Programming is repeated on KCMO FM 94.9 HD3 Shawnee, Kansas, as well as KCFX 101.1 HD2 Harrisonville, Missouri. And they operate FM translator station K279BI at 103.7 FM, licensed to Kansas City, Missouri. 760 is KCCV AM, Overland Park, Kansas. This is part of the Bot Radio Network. They air a Christian talk and teaching format with programming from the Bot Radio Network, and they are owned, of course, by the Bot Broadcasting Company. This is the AM simulcast of KCCV FM 92.3, Olathe, Kansas. And they operate 2 FM translator stations, which both relay KCCV AM. K245CC, Olathe, Kansas at 96.9. And K268CF 101.5, Kansas City, Missouri. 810 is WHB, Kansas City, Missouri. This is one of the oldest radio stations in the area. They're known as Sports Radio 810 WHB, the power of sports. They are a sports talk format, and this is one of 2 Kansas City area ESPN radio affiliates. WHB is the radio flagship home of Sporting Kansas City. That's the MLS soccer team in Kansas City. They're also the KC home of the Kansas Jayhawks. So you'll hear Jayhawks football and men's basketball on Sports Radio 810 WHB. They also broadcast UMKC Kangaroos Athletics, UMKC standing for the University of Missouri, Kansas City. Also, Kansas City Mavericks Hockey. This is a professional minor league hockey team from the East Coast Hockey League. They are affiliated with the NHL's Calgary Flames. And this is also the Kansas City home of Westwood One Sports. So, the NFL on Westwood One, which includes Sunday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, the NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl, are all heard in Kansas City on Sports Radio 810 WHB, which is owned by Overland Park, Kansas-based Union Broadcasting. 890 is KMVG, Gladstone, Missouri. This is a Kansas City, Missouri suburb north of town. This station is known as the Catholic Radio Network. They broadcast Roman Catholic religious programming and are affiliated with EWTN Radio. KMVG is owned by Catholic Radio Network Incorporated. And they operate on 890 kilohertz, which is a cleared channel frequency reserved for Class A 50,000 watt station WLS in Chicago. That said, KMVG is a daytime only station, so they are required to leave the air at sundown. However, FM translator station W229CY on 93.7 FM in Overland Park, Kansas is the translator station for KMVG, and they air their broadcasting 24 hours a day, even after KMVG is required to sign off on 8:90 a.m. at sundown. 980 is KMBZ AM, Kansas City, Missouri. And this is not to be confused with the call sign of ABC television station KMBC TV Channel 9. This station is known as Talk 980, the talk station. They air a talk radio format with news updates from ABC News and programming from Premier Radio Networks. KMBZ AM is owned by Intercom Communications, and programming is repeated on sister station KMBZ FM 98.1 in Kansas City, Kansas. 1030 is KCWJ, Blue Springs, Missouri. Real Country 1030 AM, today's stars and legends. This is a classic country station owned by Staten Communications LLC. And they also air some sports programming on this station as well, including St. Louis Blues hockey, Missouri State University sports, and UMKC Kangaroos sports. So basically stating here, KCWJ is the official St. Louis Blues affiliate of record in Kansas City, since I've seen no other stations carry their broadcasts. 1090 is KEXS, Excelsior Springs, Missouri. This is another suburb of Kansas City, Missouri. They're also part of the... No, they're not part of the Catholic Radio Network, but they do broadcast Roman Catholic religious programming. In fact, yeah, they are part of the I just saw it, the Catholic Radio Network. They broadcast Roman Catholic religious programming owned by the Catholic Radio Network. KEXS is a daytime only station required by FCC law to sign off at sundown, but they operate a pair of translator stations on both sides of the Missouri River. K225 ET at 92.9 FM covers Kansas City, Missouri, while K237GQ on 95.3 in Kansas City, Kansas, both relay KEXS's programming 24 hours a day, even after the main station signs off the air on 1090. Programming is also simulcast on fellow AM daytimer KMVG 890 AM, Gladstone, Missouri, and their 24-hour FM translator K229CY 93.7 in Overland Park, Kansas. 1140 is KCXL, Liberty, Missouri. They're known as KCXL 102.9 FM and 1140 AM. It's all good. No, seriously, that's their slogan. It's all good. They broadcast talk radio weekdays, adult standards on weekends, and dance hits 7 nights a week. Programming is supplied by the Genesis Communications Network, or GCN. KCXL is owned by Alpine Broadcasting Corporation, and they operate FM translator station K275BQ on 102.9 FM in Richmond, Missouri. 1160 is KCTO, Cleveland, Missouri. This is Radio Maria, which airs Catholic programming primarily in Spanish, but they do air some in English as well, with programming from Dial Global. They're also owned by Alpine Broadcasting Corporation, and they operate FM translator stations K257DZ 99.3 FM and K263BU 100.3 FM, both of which are licensed to Kansas City, Missouri. And the two FM translator stations are also the Spanish radio flagship stations of the Kansas City Chiefs. 1190 is KDMR, Kansas City, Missouri, also part of the Catholic Radio Network, broadcasting a Roman Catholic religious format primarily in English. They had aired it in Spanish, but they since reverted back to English. And they have programming from EWTN Radio. This station is owned by the Catholic Radio Network, and they operate FM translator station K237GQ, 95.3 FM, Kansas City, Kansas. 1250 is KYYS, Kansas City, Kansas. La X, 1250 AM. La Super Estación, or the Superstation as it's translated in English. This is a regional Mexican station owned by Entercom Communications and operated by Reyes Media Group. KYYS is the Spanish flagship station of the Kansas City Royals. So, Royals games in Spanish are heard on La X. 1340 is another regional Mexican station, KDTD, Kansas City, Kansas. La Grande, 3040 AM. 100% Mexicana. Again, this is a regional Mexican station. They are owned by TBLC Holdings LLC, operated by Reyes Media Group, and licensed by TBLC Kansas City Stations LLC. 1380 is KCNW, Fairway, Kansas. KCNW AM 1380, changing the way you live. This is a Christian radio station with programming from Salem Communications. They are owned by Wilkins Communication Network Incorporated, and they operate FM translator station K241CU at 96.1 FM in Fairway, Kansas. 1410 is KKLO, Leavenworth, Kansas. Fox News 1410 KKLO. This is a news talk station with hourly news updates from Fox News Radio. They are owned by by RC and Karen Amer under the licensee of Vision Communications Incorporated. This is the company that holds the license for KKLO. They operate an FM translator station on 92.7 FM, K224FF, Lenexa, Kansas. 1480 is KCZ. Sorry about that. 1480 is KCZZ, Mission, Kansas. This is a regional Mexican station owned by TBLC Holdings LLC, operated by Reyes Media Group. And licensed by TBLC Kansas City Stations LLC. 1510 is KCTE, Independence, Missouri. They're known as ESPN Kansas City, 1510 AM, 94.5 FM, 99.3 FM. They also air a sports talk format, and this is the second of two ESPN radio affiliates in Kansas City. Of course, WHB is the other one. This is also the Kansas City home of the Sports Map Radio Network, which airs nightly after 6 p.m. Central Time, and which at that time, this station is already, KCTE is already off the air on 1510. KCTE is locally owned by Union Broadcasting of Overland Park, Kansas. And I don't know if this is official or not, but I wrote it in here anyway. Programming is repeated on KCTE FM 99.3, also licensed to Independence, Missouri. That's not set in stone, but their FM translator is. They operate translator station K233DM in Raytown, Missouri on 94.5 FM. 1570 is KLEX AM, Lexington, Missouri. This is also part of the Bot Radio Network, airing a Christian talk and teaching format with programming from the Bot Radio Network. They are owned by the Bot Broadcasting Company. 1590 is KPRT, Kansas City, Missouri. Gospel 1590 KPRT. This is an urban gospel station owned by the Carter Broadcast Group, which is another locally based broadcast company right there in Kansas City. They operate FM translator station K291CN, Kansas City, Missouri on 106.1 FM. And wrapping up the AM band is 1660 KWOD, Kansas City, Kansas. 1660 The Score. This is Kansas City's other Fox Sports Radio affiliate. They air FSR programming weekdays during the day, and they are also the Kansas City affiliate of CBS Sports Radio, which airs nights and weekends. KWOD is owned by Intercom, the same company that owns their sister sports station, KCSP. So that's the AM dial in Kansas City, Missouri. Now let's jump to the FM band. Starting with 88.5, channel 203, broadcasting in high definition, KJNW, Kansas City, Missouri. Life 88.5. On the main FM analog signal and on HD1 is contemporary Christian music. And then on its HD2 side channel is Christian talk and Christian music known as Faith Radio, programming supplied by Northwestern Media. KJNW is owned by the University of Northwestern at St. Paul, located in St. Paul, Minnesota. 89.3, channel 207 is KCUR-FM, Kansas City, Missouri. KCUR 89.3. This is a news talk station with news and programming from NPR, plus additional programming from both American Public Media and Public Radio International. KCUR-FM is owned by the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and licensed by the curators of the University of Missouri out of Columbia, Missouri. 89.7, channel 209. This is probably a fringe station in the immediate Kansas City area, and that's KWJP, Paola, Kansas. They're known as Kingdom FM. They air a Christian radio format which is owned by United Pentecostal Local Churches Incorporated. 90.1, channel 211 is KKSI, Kansas City. Make that KKFI, Kansas City, Missouri. KKFI 90.1 FM, the voice of the community. Wikipedia lists them as an eclectic radio station. They play jazz, blues, rock, world music, and they also air news and talk programming from Pacifica Radio, which includes the widely popular Democracy Now! KKFI is owned by Mid-Coast Radio Project Incorporated. 90.5, channel 213 is KGSP, Parkville, Missouri. They're known as Pirate Radio 90.5 KGSP. They play an alternative rock format, and they are owned, operated, and licensed to the Board of Trustees of Park University in Parkville, Missouri. This station broadcasts on 90.5 FM during the school year, but their online stream is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on their website, which is www.kgsp.park.edu. And I will leave the link to this web stream in the description below after I upload this. 91.9, channel 220 is KWJC, Liberty, Missouri. They're known as 91.9 Classical KC. They broadcast a classical music format which is owned by the University of Missouri, Kansas City, which also owns KCUR-FM. In fact, the classical music format on 91.9 has just recently launched like a couple of months ago. So it hasn't been on all that long. All right, now to the commercial band on FM, starting with 92.3, channel 222, KCCV FM, Olathe, Kansas. This is part of the Bot Radio Network, airing a Christian talk and teaching format from the Bot Radio Network and owned by the Bot Broadcasting Company. And programming is simulcast on KCCV 760 AM, Overland Park, Kansas. 92.5, channel 223 is KAYX, Richmond, Missouri. Also part of the Bot Radio Network, so it's pretty much the same station as 92.3. So we'll move on. 93.3, channel 227 is KMXV, Kansas City, Missouri. Mix 93.3, Kansas City's #1 hit music station. This is a top 40 CHR station owned by Still City Media and licensed by MGTF Media Company, LLC. 94.1, channel 231, broadcasting in high definition, is KFKF FM, Kansas City, Kansas. Country 94.1 KFKF. Kansas City's best country and all-time favorites. On the main FM analog signal and on HD1 is country music with no additional subchannels. This station is also owned by Still City Media and licensed by MGTF Media Company, LLC. So this makes it a sister station to Mix 93.3. 94.9, channel 235, also broadcasting in high definition, is KCMO FM, Shawnee, Kansas. 94.9 KCMO, Kansas City's greatest hits. On the main FM analog signal and on HD1 is classic hits. HD2 is adult hits branded as 102.5 Jack FM. And relayed over translator station K273BZ 102.5 FM, Bonner Springs, Missouri. And in HD3 is the talk radio simulcast of 710 KCMO AM. KCMO FM is owned by Cumulus Media. 95.7, channel 239, also broadcasting in high definition, is KCHZ, Ottawa, Kansas. 95.7, The Vibe, all the hits. This is a top 40 CHR station which airs on its main FM analog signal and on HD1, and they have no additional subchannels. KCHZ is owned by Cumulus. 96.5, channel 243, also broadcasting in high definition, is KRBZ, Kansas City, Missouri. Alt 96.5, Kansas City's alternative. On the main FM analog signal and HD1 is alternative rock. HD2 is channel Q, that's LGBTQ talk, dance, EDM, and top 40. KRBZ is owned by Intercom. 96.9, channel 245 is KDVB, Effingham, Kansas. Right now, there is a construction permit permitted by the Federal Communications Commission. So this station presently is not on the air, but it is owned by Cumulus Media. 97.3, channel 247 is KLRX, Lee's Summit, Missouri. This is the Kansas City affiliate of the K-Love Radio Network, which broadcasts contemporary Christian music from the Educational Media Foundation, also known as EMF. They operate a pair of FM translator stations, 92.7 K224ET, Peculiar and Kingsville, Missouri, and 106.9 K295CH, Harrisonville, Missouri. All right, we've made it to the final page. 98.1 Channel 251, broadcasting in high definition, is KMBZ FM, Kansas City, Kansas. 98.1 KMBZ, the news, traffic, and weather station. On the main FM analog signal and HD1 is the news talk format. They have hourly news updates from ABC News as well. On HD2 is the talk radio simulcast of sister station KMBZ AM 980. KMBZ FM, which is owned by Intercom Communications. For some reason, I didn't write that down. They also have programming from the Premier Radio Networks. 98.9 Channel 255, also broadcasting in high definition, is one of Kansas City's most popular radio stations, and that's KQRC-FM, Leavenworth, Kansas. They are known as 98.9 The Rock, Kansas City's rock station. On the main FM analog signal and on HD1 is Mainstream Rock. And then on HD2 is Metal Militia. This is another exclusive station on the radio.com app that plays heavy metal music 24/7. KQRC-FM is also owned by Intercom, so that makes it a sister station of both KMBZ, AM, and FM. Now 99.3 Channel 257, these are pretty much the same specs as 1510, but I am not sure if this station is operational or not. Because according to RadioStationWorld.com, KCTE AM's programming is simulcast on 99.3 FM, but Wikipedia does not mention 99.3 FM. But I'll read it anyway. 99.3 FM, Channel 257 is KCTE FM, Independence, Missouri. ESPN, Kansas City, 1510 AM. 94.5 FM, 99.3 FM. This is a sports talk station and the main Kansas City affiliate of ESPN Radio. So they broadcast 24 hours a day, whereas their AM counterpart is a daytime-only station. This is also the Kansas City affiliate of the Sports Map Radio Network, whose programming airs on the station mainly after 6 p.m. Central Time. KCTE-FM is owned by Union Broadcasting, locally based in Overland Park, Kansas. Programming is repeated on KCTE AM 1510 Independence, Missouri. Again, it's a daytime-only station required by the FCC to sign off at sundown. And FM translator station K233DM 94.5 FM, Raytown, Missouri. 99.7 Channel 259, broadcasting in high definition, is KZPT, Kansas City, Missouri. 99.7 The Points, 10 songs in a row. On the main FM analog signal and on HD1 is Hot Adult Contemporary. HD2 is Smooth Jazz. And for some odd reason, again, I didn't write this down, KZPT 99.7 The Points is owned by Intercom. So that makes it a sister station of both KMBZ FM and KQRC FM. 101.1 Channel 266, also broadcasting in high definition, is KCFX, Harrisonville, Missouri. 101 The Fox, Kansas City's classic rock. on the main FM analog signal, and on HD1 is classic rock. HD2 is the talk radio simulcast of KCMO AM 710. And then HD3 is contemporary worship music. That's Air 1 from the Educational Media Foundation, which is relayed over two translator stations. K279BI 103.7 FM, Kansas City, Missouri, and K300CH 107.9 FM, Lee's Summit, Missouri. KCFX is owned by Cumulus. 102.1, Channel 271 is KCKC, Kansas City, Missouri. KC 1021, today's variety. They play adult contemporary music for much of the year and Christmas music during the holidays. KCKC is owned by Still City Media and licensed by MGTF Media Company, LLC. 103.3, Channel 277, broadcasting in high definition, is the oldest continuously African American family-owned radio station in the country, and that's KPRS, Kansas City, Missouri. They signed on in 1963 as KPRS FM, but they since dropped the FM suffix from its call sign. This station is known as Hot 103 Jams, and they have two slogans. Their main slogan is the People's Station, and their other slogan is Kansas City's #1 for hip hop and R&B. So this station has been on the air serving the African American community for nearly 60 years. On the main FM analog signal and on HD1 is Urban Contemporary. And then on HD2 is a station dubbed as K1033 HD2, which plays urban oldies. KPRS is locally owned by Kansas City, Missouri-based Carter Broadcast Group, and it's also the company's flagship station. So again, this is the oldest continuously African American family-owned radio station in the U.S., having signed on the air in 1963 as KPRS FM. Oh, and before we continue, I have one more note to talk about. We read you the specs about 101 The Fox, KCFX, Harrisonville, Missouri. All right. That station was the previous flagship station of the Kansas City Chiefs. From 1991 up until, from 1990, I should say, up until the Chiefs' victory in Super Bowl 54 this past February. And I will tell you which station now has the broadcast rights to the Chiefs in just a second. I have 5 stations left, and I have 3 more until we unveil it. Okay, 104.3, Channel 282 is KBEQ FM, Kansas City, Missouri. Q104, New Hit Country. This is a country music station owned by Still City Media and licensed by MGTF Media Company, LLC. 105.1, Channel 286, broadcasting in high definition, is KCJK, Garden City, Missouri. 105.1, The X, Kansas City's rock alternative. The main FM analog signal and HD1 is active rock. And then on HD2 is adult standards. KCJK is owned by Cumulus. 105.5, Channel 288 is KKJO-FM, St. Joseph, Missouri. Now this is the station I gathered from St. Joseph, because they have a 100,000 watt signal, and I'm pretty sure it can reach Kansas City without a problem. Anyway, this station is known as KJO 1055, St. Joe's hit music station. This is a top 40 CHR station owned by Eagle Communications. 106.5 channel 293, broadcasting in high definition, is WDAF FM, Liberty, Missouri. Not to be confused with current Fox affiliate WDAF TV Channel 4. This station is known as 106.5 The Wolf. Their main slogan is number one for new country. And the second slogan is what I alluded to earlier, Radio Home of the Chiefs. On the station's main FM analog signal and on HD1 is country music. And on HD2 is the sports simulcast of 610 Sports KCSP. As mentioned, WDAF FM is the new flagship station of the Kansas City Chiefs, taking over for 101 to Fox, which had the broadcast rights for the previous 30 years. WDAF FM is owned by Intercom Communications. And our final station is 107.3 channel 297, KMJK, North Kansas City, Missouri. They're known simply as 107.3, KC's R&B and hip hop. This station previously broadcast in high definition, but they don't now. This is an urban contemporary station owned by Cumulus Media. And that is the AM and FM radio stations from across the Kansas City metro area. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this to YouTube, and I will be back a little bit later to tell you about the Milwaukee, Wisconsin radio market. Until then, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell twice every time I post a vid. Big Al signing off. Happy listening and happy Thanksgiving. I want to get that in there too. I will be back soon. Peace out.